Welcome to Internet of Things, IoT Training by Tonex experts. The Internet of Things training course, IoT Training, covers what the IoT is about: innovation patterns, organizations and joining. Figure out how to function with building connected devices. IoT Training course participants will find out about the elements of the IoT markets, innovation, patterns, arranging, outline and the meeting of stages and administrations, with an exceptional spotlight on the item plan, design and execution. This is a central IoT course covering the innovations behind the Internet of Things and associated gadgets. The Internet of Things, IoT, overcomes any issues between the advanced world and the physical world. Any remain solitary Internet-associated gadget that can be checked and additionally controlled from a remote area, is viewed as an IoT gadget. This could be anything from a kid's toy or savvy thermostat to a driverless truck or a light that can be exchanged on utilizing a cell phone application. While as of now a main thrust, the IoT is simply in its outset contrasted with what lies ahead. There are as of now in excess of 12 billion gadgets that can associate with the Internet. Specialists gauge that by 2020 there will be 26 times more associated things than individuals. In light of the abilities of the IoT, the future might just influence the past to appear a remote nation, an ambiguously commonplace place we never again perceive. Future situations will probably incorporate machines that control each other because of machine-to-machine interchanges and propelled calculations. This new level of mechanization will significantly change how we function and connect. At the human-to-machine level, the IoT will empower us to use modern sensors to control the part of machines consistently and even empower us to utilize automated expansions of our bodies, for example, trades for lost appendages. This new associated world will probably move our way of life's attitude with more accentuation on approaching things, like self-sufficient autos, rather than owning them. The gauge financial effect of IoT is off the graphs. Expert IDC gauges overall spending on IoT at $772.5 billion of every 2018, up about 15% from the earlier year. About $239 billion is being spent on modules and sensors alone. Anticipated aggregate spending for 2021 comes in around $1.1 trillion. Alongside the astounding mechanical advances, there are likewise considerable difficulties, particularly in the zone of security. With billions of gadgets being associated together, what can individuals do to ensure their data remains secure? Will terrible performers have the capacity to hack into our toasters to glimmer private data to use further bolstering their good fortune? Another issue that numerous organizations will confront includes the monstrous measures of information that these gadgets will deliver. Organizations need to make sense of an approach to store, track, investigate and understand every one of the information that will be produced. IoT Training by Tonex. Tonex covers all the IoT bases with several different courses, including the 2-day Internet of Things training course that covers a wide variety of topics such as concepts and definitions of the Internet of Things, applications, IoT standards, requirements, IoT enabling technologies, IoT architecture, security, cloud computing and the Internet of Things, IoT platforms. Course content. What is the Internet of Things, IoT? Overview of IoT connectivity methods and technologies. Evaluation of IoT. What is the Internet of Things, IoT? Concepts and definitions of the Internet of Things, IoT. History of IoT. Applications. IoT standards. Requirements. Functional lists and structure. IoT enabling technologies. IoT architecture. Major component of IoT. Hardware, sensors, systems on a chip, firmware, device drivers, application software, connectivity, cloud, and security. Role of wired and wireless communication. IoT communication and networking protocols, IoT services and applications, big data and analytics and security, cloud computing and the Internet of Things, Semantic Web 3.0 standard for M2M and IoT, IoT platforms and challenges of adapting the concepts, overview of IoT connectivity methods and technologies, Wireless 101, RF 101, Zigbee Pro, Zigbee 3.0 and Zigbee IP, 6LoWPAN, FIT, Bluetooth Low or Bluetooth Smart Technology, Z-Wave, Home Automation, HA, Profile, Smart Energy, SE, Profile, Healthcare, IEEE 802.15.4, IEEE 802.15.4e, 802.11r, 802.11r, Wi-Fi Halo, Relay Access Point, AP, Grouping of Stations, Target Wake Time, TWT, Speed Frame Exchange, Sectorization, GSM, CDMA, GPRS, 3G, LTE, Small Cells, SATCOM, Evaluation of IoT, Platforms, Mobile Integration, Deployment, Data Visualization, Convergence with Social Networks, Value Chain and Business Models, User-Centric Cloud-Based Services, Analytical Hierarchy Process for Technology Selection, End-to-End Security, Integration with IT Systems, Cost, Benefit Constraints, End-to-End Compatibility, Application Architecture, Lifecycle Solution Management, Real-Time Response and Delay. It is predicted that 50 to 100 billion things will be electronically connected by the year 2020. This Internet of Things, IoT, will fuel technology innovation by creating the means for machines to communicate many different types of information with one another. With all objects in the world connected, lives will be transformed. But the success of IoT depends strongly on standardization, which provides interoperability, compatibility, reliability, and effective operations on a global scale. Recognizing the value of IoT to industry and the benefits this technology innovation brings to the public, the IEEE Standards Association, IEEE SAR, has a number of standards, projects and events that are directly related to creating the environment needed for a vibrant IoT. Why choose Tonex? Presenting highly customized learning solutions is what we do. For over 30 years Tonex has worked with organizations in improving their understanding and capabilities in topics often with new development, design, optimization, regulations and compliances that, frankly, can be difficult to comprehend. Ratings tabulated from student feedback post-course evaluations show an amazing 98% satisfaction score. Reasonably priced classes taught by the best trainers is the reason all kinds of organizations from Fortune 500 companies to government's most important agencies return for updates in courses and hands-on workshops. The Internet of Things training, IoT training price, $1,999 length, 2 days. For more information, questions, comments, contact us. Visit our links below.